guys, I've been playing around with collage a bit and I wanted to show you what I'm doing. It might be something you're interested in, particularly if you're like me and save all your scraps. These are my scraps. I like to say these are my scraps organized, and I still have a ton and I just can't throw them out. I needed something to do with them. These are the smaller ones. These are the ones I've been using for collage. So we'll keep those aside here. These are my two bigger containers with bigger pieces that I can use for photo mats, etc. And they're fairly neatly organized now. I'm happy with that. Before, all of these containers, plus one or two more, were overflowing, and that was a little bit ridiculous. Now, you might wonder what I'm talking about with collage, and I mean exactly that, collage. Here are three I put together this morning from some of my scraps. Actually, sorry about that. This was one I did previously on just a 12 by 12 plain paper. The ones I was using today were just brown paper packing from parcels I'd received, and I just took pieces of those and put some of the papers. You can see here they're not quite done yet. There's a couple of more steps I want to do before they're done and ready to go. What am I going to do with these? They're going to make book covers. They're going to make photo mats. They're going to make tiny embellishments for pages. They're going to make backgrounds for cards. There's all kinds of things. If you can think of something else to do with collage, please let me know in the comments section of this video. I'd love to hear your ideas. So first, what I want to do today with this one is add a little bit more to each of the collages to finish them off. I've got a few different stamps here. These are some different grunge ones, a few feathers and arrows and things. I've got my Stays on ink. This is just a script, and I thought these little cats were kind of cute. I might like to use those, and another background stamp. So I'm going to start with some of the grunge ones. So this one looks like a little sort of postage stamp, kind of cool, and I'm just going to stick that in a couple of spots on the page. Ugh, a little messy. I'm not liking that. I am going to bounce that off on a piece of paper. That's very grungy. I'll give these a little wipe off later. For now, I'm just going to use them. Let's do this one. I did just re-ink my ink pad, so it's very, very juicy. Here we've got some water. I did put these down with glue stick and multi-glue. I've got a little piece of washi tape up here. I'm just going to stick down. I say do all your gluing first. By the time you're done, no matter how careful you are, you end up feeling very, very sticky. Now I'm just inking up the script a little here, and I'll just put a bit of script here. How's that? That looks good. And down here. And I'm liking the script, so I'll do another piece of that there. Now, normally I would do all of these sheets at once so that I can be done with this step and put them away. But for today, because I'm demoing, here, I think these little cats are kind of cute. These are little wooden stamps that, let's make sure I've got it going the right way. Never been used, can you tell? Let's put the cats there. How's that? Oh, cute, cute. Let's do another little cat down in the corner. It doesn't matter if you do more than one on a page, because odds are you're not going to use these on the same page. So just play around. Put them where you want. I just want a little bit more, and I thought I had a flower. but I don't know where I went with that, so I am going to use a little bit of this. There we go. And a little bit there. You can see I'm just pressing randomly. It doesn't really matter. Whatever works for you. Let's try something here. I've got a rose here. Maybe I can snag that and try it in a couple of spots. Okay, that's good enough. I think there's plenty on this sheet, so I'm not going to worry about doing too much on it. Now I'm ready for the final step, which is to take a bit of my gesso, and this is white gesso. I have an old Starbucks card here that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to get a little bit on here. We'll do that, and we don't want anything just kind of random. Just to kind of give it a cohesive look all across. Now this is by no means my invention. I've seen several YouTubers doing this and thought it was a cool idea. I'm not sure if I'm doing the exact steps they would do or how they would do them. I'm not sure if I'm using them in the same ways they would, but overall, I'm liking what I end up with, and I'm liking that I am saving those papers that I just can't part with. Now, if you don't like a grungy, distressed look, this is not for you. You probably want to turn the computer off right now. But if you like distressed, if you like using up your scraps, if you like doing something different, this is for you. So there you have it. There's how it's going to look. I will have one more step to this. I'm going to put a clear coat on. I could use this clear gloss gel, or I could use, I have a perfect paper adhesive that would work as a clear finish. And I could also use clear gesso. So I'm not sure which one I'll use, but I'll use one of those. That'll just almost put a layer of adhesive over top to attach everything down and just give it a nice glossy finish. So I'm going to put this aside to dry. Let's grab a wipe and wipe my mat here. I am such a slob. Try to get that up. I've also got my grungy towel here, which is super grungy. I'm going to throw it in the wash. These distress towels my sister makes. I will be having some in the store before long, so watch for them. This one says super cool distress ink messy towel, and it's just handy for me to grab anytime I'm inking or have paint to wipe up or whatever. I can wash it, distress it, whatever works. So watch for those in the scrapbookroom.ca. And now I wanted to just give you a little example of how we're going to make a collage card. So this is just a piece of white cardstock. I'll use this one. As I said, I use two different glues. Sometimes I like to start with a book page, so I'm going to do that now. Now, because I just have a small paper, I don't want this full page, so I'll just tear it off there. And it's just no rhyme or reason, just totally random. Just throw some glue on, throw it on the page. Let's do another little piece here. This is just such a great way to use up all your scraps. If you're making a layout and you have a bunch of scraps on the table, you could take them and make some collage instead of throwing them all away. Another thing you can do, and if you take a look at my samples on my blog post, you will see that I've customized some of my collage works to people looking for things that either they like or that mean something to them. And then it's a customized background. And I think recipients can have a lot of fun looking at that, trying to pick out everything they see. So as you can see, I'm just picking, tearing. I don't really care what. If I go off the edges, I'll give it a little trim after. This piece is a little bit texturized. That's okay, it's thicker, but I like the look and the contrast. And if you're thinking you can't do this, you can do this. It's literally rip and paste, not even cut and paste. I always say, if you can cut and paste, you can scrapbook. I'm not even cutting and pasting here. I'm just ripping. So yeah, just look for things, tear them up. Now watch your junk mail too. There's oftentimes little pieces or things that catch your eye. Here's 10,000 villages. I just couldn't throw that away. I had to keep it. And it looks great, see? Look at that. You can put bigger pieces on if you want. Oh, I like this side better, but I don't need all that white. And you know what? Believe it or not, I'm gonna throw that away. I hope my card's on camera here. I apologize if it's not. I'm still getting gesso on me because that darn card I was using is right in my perimeter here. What else do we got? Oh, this is kind of cool. Let's do a little piece of blue. This is actually pretty fun. It's kind of stress relieving. It's something you could take a little TV tray on your lap and sit in your living room at night and do. This feels like a peel and stick piece of something. It is. Oh, I think it's I think it was duct tape, but that's okay. We'll use it. There we go. This is a little Christmassy, but if I just tear the maybe not. Let's do that. And yet you can't tell. Where do I want it? Down here. And what else do I have? Oh, I like the stripes. Be careful of those double-sided ones. Sometimes when you go too fast and start gluing, you realize that there was a side you would have rather used. I do that all the time. I'm just tipping, or I'm just ripping, not tipping. But, you know, I'm putting the pieces pretty small. You don't have to put them this small. You can put them whatever size you want. Here's a little piece of ledger paper. And I like the looks of that right there. This is a little piece of glittery paper. Throw that in. You can see I'm working quite quickly. I'm not really paying attention. I'm not worrying too much about it. I need a piece along that top, so let's do this. Am I in camera view? Hope so. Okay, so I am going to put this here. Here's a little bird. Let's throw a little bird on. Everybody likes birds. I'm a bit of a slob. I do get glue all over. You know what? I don't worry about that too much either, because in the end I'm going to gesso over the top of this and it is not going to matter. I could take a little piece of a doily here. I ripped it. Let's just do a little piece here, just so you can see. I might have been better to use my liquid glue on this piece, but yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it. There we go. Let's put another little... I don't want that one. Okay. I tore that off. It's a little small. I don't want it, but there's a spot. Let's throw it in. So, I am almost done. Do I want this little, oh, you know what? I remember seeing this little face. Let's throw this woman on here. This is very brittle paper. This was from a really old book. So it's really falling apart. But I think it's okay. I'm probably going out of camera range here. I'm not looking too much. I'm going to go over the edge and I'll just trim that off after. Get a little piece of green. Definitely I need to wash my hands when I am done here. Now I do still have a couple little spaces. I'm not gonna worry about them because I have another step to do. These words are upside down, but that's okay. We don't care about that. And let's throw a little piece of gold up on this top piece, and I wish I would have made that a little narrower. I'm going to use my scissors there. Actually, maybe I'll use this piece, and this one can go down here. Okay, so that pretty much covers the page. Now to finish it off, I have a few things. These are printed on my label maker. I am pretty bad at printing something and then deciding I don't need to use it, but I don't throw them away. I save them. And I am just going to put the words, but then what? I don't know what, but it sounds good. But then I need to trim this up because I don't want it taking up the whole space. Oh, but then I almost cut it too short, and there we go. And where's a nice spot? How about right down here on this green? But then I also have this little book of ephemera images. I just kind of look and pick and cut one off here and there. What do I want? How about these two? And again, you can see I am not careful. This is a job for people that don't have to be careful. It's messy and no one cares because in the end, it's still gonna look good. So, where's that gonna go? How about, oh, over here. I don't think I need too much more on here. I could use a little bit of stamping, maybe just a little bit of script. I probably have better stamps I could have pulled out, but these are handy, so they are what I'm using. Let's just get a little more. What's the thoughts? Do people re-ink their stamps or do you buy new stamps? Please let me know what you do. I've been re-inking. I'm kind of leaning towards buying new stamps, but I haven't done it yet. I'm still re-inking. If you're a re-inker, I can order inks, the refills for you if you need them. So just ask anytime. Anytime you're looking for anything. The scrapbook room is a small store. I don't have a lot of in stock. Actually, I have a fair amount, but probably not everything you're looking for. But I can certainly get most things. So be sure to let me know if there's anything you want. Here's a close-up of that collage. I'm going to trim the back edges here just along, like so. No big worries about being careful. Fun, messy, stress-relieving job. You could get your kids to help you do this one. Wouldn't that be fun? You could take your stuff in your living room and do it while you watch TV. It's a good way to use up scraps, a good way to make something different and interesting. Let's see if I have a photo here. One of me. I probably would want a bigger background with this, but let's try. So see, you could. See, it would be just great. Matted, it's fun. Lots of fun. So go ahead, try your hand at collage. Try using up some of your scraps. Just find any background paper, a piece of writing paper, an old flyer page, anything works. It's just a base and nobody's ever going to see it. If you're putting thick papers, you don't want anything too thick. Add your pieces like I did, using any kind of glue you want. Once it's all on there, do a little bit of stamping, adding a little decor, anything you want to decorate it up. Then put a little coat of gesso over, and then you're done. Put a finishing coat on. When it's dry, you can cut it into a piece, use it on a card. And that is it. Talk to you soon.